Hello and welcome to the RemDuo. I am Latralis and I'm here with Riades.
Hello, I'm Riades and I'm here with Latralis and we are in Vortex Pinnacle on Latralis's Out Viratia.
Out as in kind of temporary main at the moment. I haven't been leveling my pally in quite a while. In case you don't know, which you most definitely don't know, my Latralis is my Tauren Holy Pally, soon to be Alliance probably. Yeah, I know, haters gonna hate. But I don't know, just got a nice guild over here. Karma Alliance, if anyone's watching from there, you're legends. Also, I should probably explain, I have just jumped in here halfway through the dungeon, so this is Alterius, and I am making a bit of a mess of it. I can't help it, it's 1:15 in the morning. Oh dear. Any comments you'd like to make on this fight? You haven't done the entirety of Vortex Pinnacle, haven't you?
No, the last time I tried this, it did go a little bit pear-shaped because it was about 1 o'clock in the morning. It was just before.
Again, yeah, it was just before this, funnily enough. So I think you eventually ended up getting kicked. It was quite amusing.
I managed to get kicked, but we did have a coffee break, and I'm vitalized, and I'm ready. I'm back. I'm awake. And
coffee does wonders, but what happened is he ended up pulling a couple of groups because he couldn't see them. They were ethereal, as he put it. Ethereal.
I was
very tired indeed. Right, well, we've just gotten that boss down. Piss. To be honest, in Vortex, I think the trash are probably harder than the actual boss. But, you know, heroics are odds.
The last boss is pretty hard though, but as you'll see if you haven't ever done Vortex Pinnacle before.
It's not really that hard, it's just I'm kind of lagging. As you can see, probably from the video, my equipment at the moment is pretty darn awful, let's be honest, yeah.
It's alright for newly 85, and I mean you haven't been on Viratia often, have you, recently?
Oh no, that's true. I should probably I neglected to mention the fact that Deckrift, AIC dude, that's referring to me. I had to work out what he meant, but I did def grip it in the end. Basically, as I was saying, I haven't been playing for quite some time, mainly due to study and whatnot, and just haven't really had the urge to play that much. I'm back in the game, been leveling it out. Yeah. Sorry.
Because I like the new heroics with the new CC. You like that as well, don't you?
Oh yeah, of course, the CC. Yeah. Well, I was saying earlier that I really didn't enjoy and the fact that it sort of just took a whole aspect of, really tactical aspect of the game, and people are going to be saying, "Oh, CC doesn't take much skill," but let's be honest, it adds a sort of definitely a more sort of tactical and precise approach, and some people might find that annoying. I personally find that quite, it makes it more enjoyable, makes a pool more interesting than, just running into and AoEing it.
Yeah, I mean, and if you get it wrong, actually, a later one or maybe this one, actually, this is pre-recorded, by the way, a later one or this one actually goes a bit pear-shaped, but because people know what they're doing, it can be rescued quite well, and so, but if you don't CC with certain mobs like these, actually, these are quite annoying, then it can go a bit tits up.
Of course, it'll probably, I'm afraid, I hate to say it will end up like Wrath sooner or later. And, Riades have just had a coughing fit, sorry. But, it will end up like Wrath, and I'm a bit sort of I'm kind of questioning Blizzard's need to transfer the badge system so you can get epics in the next year of raiding. And their argument is they want players to see it. Well, so? I mean, back in BC and Vanilla, people were perfectly fine playing it. And it's not about accessibility, because WoW's always been accessible. So, I don't really understand them. Oh, yeah, I've got my Death in the Cone, not afraid to use it. But, but no, I'm just a bit sort of iffy about how long sort of heroics will last, and they're already nerfing the hell out of them. If you read the patch notes, just nerf after nerf after nerf. Ghostcrawler even said, lovable bastard, even said that he wants to nerf content as raids progress. Why? back in vanilla, I wasn't a vanilla player, I'm a BC player. Back in vanilla, multi-tiered raiding was the thing. I mean, I can't say for sure, but I mean, from what I hear about it, doesn't sound like such a bad thing. Go from one tier to progress to the next to progress to the next. What's wrong with that? Why do you have to basically just ditch a whole lot of content? And then you'll eventually get rehashed, which is what Blizzard seems to be doing to everything nowadays, but you know.
Yeah, I agree. Because if Blizzard keep on changing things, then there'll be nothing of the original, proper like foundations that they originally created, of the whole. Yeah, you know.
In answer to that, change is good, but
It's too much change. Too much change is the problem.
if anything, it's not too much change. What they're doing is very little innovation. That's what I think a lot of people have the problem with Cataclysm. I'm enjoying Cataclysm. Well, I haven't been playing much of it, but for what I have played, I found it quite enjoyable. But rehashing, I mean, there's lots of new content, all these sort of heroics, and they're all good and everything, but there's nothing new. We've had hard heroics before. BC heroics were hard. Yeah, I'm a BC diehard, but honestly, less sort of dishing out content. I think more innovation would be good. Path of the Titans was removed, and that's kind of bad. And that was the only innovation this expansion really had.
Yeah, this is the CC that goes wrong, but you'll see them recover it. So the triangle is polymorphed by the mage, and then back there the hunter used a freezing trap on the other one, but
Pet screwed it up.
the pet screwed it up. But he freezes it again, and then it's all rescued. It looks a bit pear-shaped on Viracious health, but actually, it's all good. But yeah, it's all saved. So thanks to CC.
This is a rare time I've actually got a good pug group, but I'm afraid I pretty much mostly do pugs, unless some people in the guild are around. But that's the problem. I don't play regularly. I'd say I'm playing it definitely very casually at the moment right now, but there's nothing wrong with that.
You're leveling up as Shadow Priest, aren't you? A nice,
good old Sepia, and this pretty classic video which I may or may not upload later, and oh god.
It was a bit of a mistake. This is pre-recorded, but the one that we were doing before was just Lateralus on Sepia in doing she's about level 37 or something like that, and she was doing Scarlet Monastery, and and we didn't realise, I won't give too much away just in case we do upload it, but we didn't realise a massive factor about it until towards the end of the video.
Basically, I was going as Shadow, and I didn't kind of realise that I signed up as a healer. So I was going like, oh, healer sucks, where's the healer? And I was like, dude, get in a healing spec, your healing sucks. I'm like, oh crap. And they're talking about me, of course. Okay, now we're on to Assad. I assume most people who are 85 and onto heroics have done this. In fact, yeah, obviously, I've done this before. I don't know, this kind of went not exactly smooth, but people kind of knew the tactics, but falter eventually.
I quite like this. You have to be in a grounding field. I hadn't done this boss before. I had never got this far in Vortex Pinnacle because I kept on mucking up
You're only 83 anyway.
That's true. Yeah, I am only 83. That's my main Yeath barrage. Don't ask me why it's an in joke, but whatever. Yeah. But yes, in the grounding field, and then you get dicked on if you go outside, essentially. Yeah, for those of you that don't know. Oh dear, low health. Tank randomly says hero.
I tried to death pact, realising I don't have a ghoul, summon a ghoul, then sacrifice it. Of course, my DPS was tits up in this, but as you'll see, we pull it through. The mage is dead, no matter. But I do like the fact that heroics are, well, they're not very hard. They take a bit of thinking. They're not hard. So let's be honest, they're not hard. You just need to know the tactics, and I do like the sort of mechanics like this, and I wish we'd see more of these less tank and spank kind of encounters.
Yeah, they're more hard. They're harder. done the ones before. Right, okay. Final boss. I am a Wattle K baby, I have to say. So, in fact, I came in just as the dungeon thing, the dungeon finder came in, so I didn't even know what it was like before. So, thank you for listening, and goodbye.
Yeah, cheers all, and this was a slightly shoddy Vortex Pinnacle run on Voratia. Toodles.